Do you do you think that it's appropriate for the first day for her to be in office to say impeach the motherfucker?
Well, here's what she's doing. Here's where she's fucking up. Because really, the best thing to do is get him out of office. And so what you need to do is don't enrage his base. That's all she's doing, is enraging his base. What she needs to do is calmly just be agreeable for a little while. He's going to be president all the way till election.
All right.
Calmly wait till election comes and don't enrage the base. Because here's what happens. You enrage that base, man, they're going to come out and vote like a motherfucker. So she's being the fool. Does she not understand politics? She's a politician. I'm not even a politician, and I understand. When you enrage...
She understands politics from a country that didn't let her even open her mouth.
If you enrage that...
That's what she understands.
If you enrage that redneck base, they're going to come out and vote.
Yeah.
So just quietly wait for election day is what I would do. And then fucking take it over then. Don't enrage the base. Once you enrage this base, this is what happened when he got elected. I mean, they fucking enraged those people, and they voted him in. And they come out and vote, obviously, because they voted that motherfucker in, so they obviously come out to vote. Right. So she's playing the fucking wrong game, and that's what's going to fuck you.
They need to get rid of parties. It needs to be one party and quit going back and forth at each other. Or none, This back and forth shit about everything's getting to be just annoying as hell, man. Because all the shit Trump's voted for, all the Democrats voted for, but now that he said it, they don't want to do it. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah. Or Obamacare. Here's what's funny about Obamacare. The same exact thing that Obamacare is, the Republicans pitched that in the fucking 80s. It was the same exact bill. It's like, and they lost because the Republicans pitched it and the Democrats voted it down, and then they pitched it and won. It's like, who's playing what game here? It's like they're playing a game with our lives. That's what they're doing.
Every day. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Someone posted about this chick I said, you know what? I wish these bastards would just do the job we pay them for and stop being a bunch of crybaby bitches. Because we don't pay them to be crybaby bitches. We pay them to do a job. Any other job, you'd be fired from.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Do your job and stop belly aching.
Do your job. I'm your boss as a citizen. Pay your paycheck.
Yeah.
And fuck off. If you don't like what I have to say, fuck you. I'm your boss. Nobody likes their boss.
Yeah. That's my new slogan. Do your job and shut up.
And shut the fuck up already, man. I'm so tired.
Do your job and shut up.
I do my job harder than anyone, dude. And if I didn't, and I would keep my mouth shut. But until you do more than me, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta say.
Do your job and shut up.
You.
I don't know which side is worse. I think they're both bad.
Oh, they're both bad. I mean, we're doomed, dude. This country's doomed.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, it's better than it was years and years ago, but how's that an excuse for the fucking shit we do today?
It's supposed to be we the people, okay? Not government people. Not we the government people.
Right.
It's we the people of the United States of America. Those people are not us. Did you see Merriweather beat that Japanese champion?
No, but I heard about it.
I didn't see it, but he's the kickboxing champion, and he was real cocky too, a young dude. He's like, oh, my boxing skills are better than any boxer out there. That's what he's been saying for a year. And Merriweather must just have been sitting back thinking, dude, have you not watched any video of me beating everybody's ass on this planet? You should have thought about that before you open your mouth. Because I don't care. Anybody who thinks they can beat a boxer boxing, they don't know boxing.
Right. That's what they do. They know mixed martial arts and kickboxing and all that, but all this dude did was learn how to punch your face.
All he needs to do is land one of them blows and you're fucking down. Yeah. He can take a few hits, man. He's used to it. He just needs to land one of them blows, dude. I tell you what, I swear if Merriweather hit me one time, it'd probably kill me.
Right.
These people think they can take that. They just have never really been hit by one of them dudes before.
Right.
They've been kicked before by some little Japanese kickboxers before, but they never had one of them giant hands hit them at like 150 miles an hour before.
Eventually, you're going to get fucked up. Like, there's this, I don't know his name.
He hit him 4 times. That's what I heard, and the guy went down 4 times.
There's like a Shaolin monk.
They had to throw the towel in.
That, he's like unbeatable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy could stand there with his arms down, and these dudes are just punching him in the face and the neck, and he just keeps taking it, you know?
Yeah.
This dude was totally unbeatable, but just recently, he put his hands down, this dude knocked him fucking out. Eventually, you're gonna get knocked out.
Yeah. Your brain and your jaw can only take so much.
Yeah. He could take most people's punches, and then he got in there with someone that could punch and knocked his shit right the fuck out.
A real boxer.
He was acting all cocky, had his arms down, and the dude was like, tink, 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 knocked him right fucking down.
Yeah. These MMA dudes are like, oh, I can beat a boxer. Yeah, you can beat your MMA guys, but you just haven't fought a real boxer. A guy they pay $70 million to box. You can't beat him. They're paying him $70 million to box. The odds you're going to beat him are going to be small. He gave the trophy to the dude, too. Did you see that?
No.
It was an exhibition, and he got a trophy, and Merriweather, like, hands him the trophy. He's like, here, take the trophy. I got $500 million in the bank.
I don't have room for the trophy in my trophy case. Besides, it'll give you something to remember when I knocked you the fuck out.
He's like, I could beat any boxer.
They paid him $70 million to fight that dude?
No, but that last one of his big fights, he made $70 million. I think when he was fighting one of them dudes,
McGregor or whatever.
Yeah, he got $70 million bucks.
He could have fucked McGregor up that quick too, but he was like, I gotta put on a little show. Everyone in the world is watching this in every fucking sports bar, in every living room. I can't just knock this fucker out and do a Tyson move at 45 seconds. But you could tell.
I think when you're in the corner and you see your guy getting hit by Merriweather, and when you hear it, after 4 times of that, you're like fucking tossing that towel in. You're like, you're gonna fucking kill my dude. Once you hear that sound, it's like, pow. It must be like a gunshot. They're like, dude.
And how 4 punches and they threw the towel in?
He went down 4 times, but it was only 4 real blows that fucking.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably on YouTube, right? Already?
I haven't seen it. I only saw pictures of the dude going down like all 4 times.
I think the president should have we should hook him up with like a few chicks, like the presidential chicks. Then we're past all that. We don't have to talk about that shit no more.
We never used to talk about that shit. It used to be
he's got a few honeys on the side.
So
like
what?
Fucking JFK.
Yeah.
And who gives a fuck?
FDR, man, he had him, and nobody said shit about it. It was like an unwritten kind of secret. He'd been banging his nurse for years.
Monica blew.
Well, I don't know how much banging he could do because he had like he was paralyzed in a wheelchair. So.
Thanks, Monica. You blew it.
Yeah.
She puts on her resume she once had a seat on the presidential staff.
Yeah. I've had enough.
And then people would say, now let's hear the other half. I'll say the other half. Well, do you think it was appropriate for the president to get a blowjob in the Oval Office? I thought that was part of being president.
Yeah. Why become president? The fuck?
All right. If you can't get a BJ.
Yeah, I mean, jeez.
All right. You got these young hotties all around you.
I mean, can you imagine? Do you think Bill like takes Viagra now and like climbs on Hillary and like gives it to her?
No, Hillary probably has a man,
like a side dude. Hillary's got a side, piece of ass. And he's a Republican, too. He's a fucking Republican piece of ass. He ain't even a Democrat.
Right?
Oh, yeah, why not, you know? She wants to get someone to fucking other side.
It's Bernie. What's the other chick that he messed around with, though, like when he was governor? Wasn't there this other chick? What was her name?
I get them all confused. It's like Flowers or something.
Yeah. You didn't hear much about her as much as Monica. Because where it took place. It's like, same guy, same basic position, high position of government, but you just change a couple words and a couple zip codes.
She was a consenting adult.
Right?
Where did it become a crime when a consenting adult has sex with another consenting adult? Is that a crime?
Well, the crime was that he said he didn't have sex with her. He lied in front of Congress or whatever, or fucking in front of court.
Well, I think what the question was is I think the way it was phrased, he was trying to answer it honestly. He wasn't having sexual relations with her, which meant he currently wasn't having it, you know?
Yeah.
It was all about the phrasality.
That's how he got out of it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, if they had asked the questions correctly, it's like they don't know how to ask the right questions.
Just suck your dick in the Oval Office and you spooged on her dress and now she's got a semen sample, then he would have had to say yes. Yeah. But they said, are you having sex with her? And he's like, no, I'm talking to you motherfuckers right now.
Yeah, right. I mean, why didn't...
But he didn't say that.
They needed, you know what? They needed Andrew Dice Clay to ask the questions. If Andrew Dice Clay had been asking the questions, it would have been cleared up real quick.
No way, that's funny.
That's true.
Tell me something. Was she sucking your dick or not?
It's a yes and no question.
It's a yes and no question.
Did she suck your cock or not?
I remember every blowjob I received.
Did you get a blowjob from her or not? It's a yes and no question.
I remember every single blowjob I've had in my life. Every one of them. So don't tell me you forgot.
We have a special prosecutor here. His name is Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, right.
It would have been real simple. It would have been relevant, too, because he was famous back then. It would have been relative with the times.
Right? It would have been like this. Did she suck your dick or not? Yes? Oh!
Did you put a cigar between her legs? Yes or no? Oh!
You did that, too, over there.
I'm talking cigar. Was it a Cuban cigar, which would have been a communist country at the time?
Right? What kind of cigar was it?
Quickly. No beating around the bush, as they say. No beating around the bush, if you know what I mean.
Right? He should be like the one that interviews all these people.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name who misappropriately did something in college to a chick, and they were going to put him in the Supreme Court? What the fuck's
Kavanaugh.
That name?
His name is Kavanaugh. Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh, you can call him now.
Okay, Kavanaugh. Should we be talking about that fucker on our show?
I'd say we don't.
Yeah.
In case we ever end up in the Supreme Court.
We're not talking about Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
There's no evidence.
Nobody cares.
You hater.
What people don't realize about Kavanaugh is that he's a political operative and he became a Supreme Court justice. That's the crime. It has nothing to do with the girl that he was with, whatever, none of that. It was all the political bullshit that he did way back in the Clinton times. It should have never made him even qualified to be a Supreme Court justice. But nobody knows about this stuff because they would rather read the sensational bullshit. They don't have the knowledge. They're ignorant people. You don't get to be a political dude and then become a lawyer in a Republican White House and then become the Supreme Court justice. That's just not right.
Right.
But people have no regular knowledge of what's really going on in the world. They'd rather just hide behind their ignorance.
Right.
Yeah.
And the sad part is,
he was the dude. Listen, he was the lawyer he was the lawyer that went after the Whitewater deal, and also he was the lawyer involved with the Monica Lewinsky thing. He was that lawyer, and then he became a Supreme Court justice. I mean, does that seem right to you?
No.
That's fucked up, dude. That's the fact that happened just proves how dumb Americans are. The regular, everyday American on the street has no idea that Kavanaugh was in that whole Monica Lewinsky thing, and he was working for the other side. Right. That's bullshit. There's plenty of people out there that are qualified. Pick some dude who's like a professor of law at Harvard or something. Don't pick some political operative who was trying to go after Clinton in the Monica Lewinsky scheme. It's nuts. Right. Dude, that's just crazy. People don't even know that.
Here's what we're going to talk about today. That you couldn't get your mail for like 2 months, and then you had to make a bunch of phone calls and whatnot, and now they're finally going to start delivering your mail.
Yeah.
We're like, how stupid is this? And
yeah, the guy's name was, remember Ken Starr? Remember Ken Starr? Ken Starr was the special prosecutor, and that's where Kavanaugh worked for that dude. That's who he worked for. That was a guy who was witch hunting President Clinton. Right. Trust me, that's how the whole thing went down. Most people don't even know that, or if you told a regular person that, they would have no idea what you're talking about.
They wouldn't even know who he is.
They wouldn't even know who Ken Starr is.
Dude, if you watch, not everybody's stupid, but sometimes you see
most people are stupid.
Shows where they go out, they're like, we're at Arizona University and we're asking students some questions. Who's the vice president? And they don't even know. It's like, what? If one college kid doesn't know who the vice president is, that's pretty fucked up. Even one.
Yeah.
That seems pretty fucked up. I would like to know what high school they went to and go back there and they need to be reprimanded for fucking not teaching. You're under arrest.
You know how they had really graphic questions, like they were asking him directly graphic questions about the Monica Lewinsky thing. All of those questions came from Kavanaugh. He's the one who encouraged the graphic questions. Uh-huh. He's the one. He's the guy that wanted those questions asked. So, if you tell me there's not a political agenda there, then you are confused about everything. And you want to blame this whole thing on something totally incorrect. And why the Democrats were pissed. This is why they were pissed. You just have no idea is why. It's like, it's because you're living in your redneck world where you're shooting your shotgun and you're shooting birds out in the country and all you care about is your one little thing that you just can't see outside of. So... That's sad. That's how the country's got, but...
Well, if you're going to bring that up, I might as well run with that one. You ever watch, like, people hunting? There's lots of videos of people bagging a deer and whatever. Like, dude will be out there with his wife in a deer blind.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, honey, take the shot and whatever. And then they shoot the deer, and they're like... They get like adrenaline rush from it, and it's like that scares the fuck out of me when I see people do that.
Yeah.
You are that excited you killed an animal? That's fucking morbid, dude. That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're eating it, but why are you excited about it?
Yeah, you killed a helpless fucking animal with a high-powered rifle.
Right.
It's like, I mean, if you shot it with a bow or something, or you went out and killed it with a knife, that's one thing, but... You shot it with a high-powered rifle from fucking a mile away. It's like, what kind of skill does that take? I mean, you could get an 8-year-old girl could fucking go out there and do that.
Well, I've watched like this Alaskan show where they're hunting to eat. You know, it's not that everyone doesn't hunt to eat it, but they're literally, this is their only source of meat.
Yeah.
And the one chick, she's like a Eskimo or whatever. She's married to like a white dude, but they're older.
Yeah.
They show her kill a deer or a moose or elk or whatever the fuck it was, and then she does a little ceremony, puts some flowers in its mouth, picks it, like she was taught that, like that this animal is giving
life
you life
so you can survive, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
but these hunters are like,
respect for it.
Did you see that? Wow!
Yeah.
I blasted Bambi's head off. Yeah, that's fucking weird, dude. I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that's a crime.
I went hunting one time. Okay, now I'm not a wussy.
I've been hunting.
If I had to hunt to eat, I could do it. I could clean the thing. I just choose not to. But here's what happened. We didn't see a fucking animal for the whole time. All of a sudden, this rabbit comes out. There's like 6 guys with shotguns, haven't seen an animal. This thing was doomed. Well, everyone took a pot shot at it, and it didn't kill it. Like, they just winged it, you know, or legged it, whatever you call a rabbit. And the dude picks it up, and he bonks its head on a tree, and puts it in his thing. I was like, man, I'm done. This ain't fun.
This is
Killing
dumb.
Bambi, smashing Bambi's head on a tree?
Killing
How is
Thumper?
this fun, dude? What the fuck? Yeah, Thumper?
Yeah.
Killing Thumper is fun to you? Fuck this.
Yeah.
Back in the day when you needed the meat.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Well, there's another side to this, though, that I do agree with, because a lot of hunters preserve a lot of land to hunt on, and then other animals survive. So I'm not down on hunting. I'm never going to say that I'm down on it.
I'm not down on it. I'm just saying, I find it awful weird how excited they get that they just killed a deer.
Right, I agree with that.
Maybe have a little remorse or something.
Yeah.
But they're like psyched up, like
have like some respect for what you've done.
Right? Yeah. I don't trust you, dude. You're like,
you're
psyched up about killing animals, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, there's some weirdness to that. I agree. I think there should be more respect, like you're saying, to what you've actually, you know, it's like a sacrifice.
Right? People don't even look, like people that say, well, I couldn't do that, whatever. It's like, fuck, you eat meat just because you didn't kill it. You probably wouldn't even want to know how they killed that animal you're eating. Fuck. It was way more humane shooting its fucking head off with a shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm in the mood today, huh? I had the day off. I had time to think.
There's on New Year's Eve I had nothing to do because I'm all by myself.
Yeah, right.
So I started reading this thing. There's a guy named Marcus Aurelius, and he's like a famous philosopher from a long time ago. And so I read all his writings and stuff. And it's something called It's called Stoicism or Stoic lifestyles. Have you ever heard of this?
No. Hold on.
You lucky dog. I'm so jealous. Marcus Aurelius is like a dude. He's not the first one that came up with this one, but he's the last. He's the only person whose writings survived. They all got destroyed because of Christianity, you know. And
termites.
The Christians destroyed all the writings of what they consider to be non-Christian writings, you know. And so what Stoicism is like the idea that the basics of, at least what I get out of it that I appreciate. There's tons of layers to it. I mean, you could read tons of books on this, but but it's being able to accept the things you can change and not not worry about the things you can't change. It's because this makes your mind troubled. Right. And to try to have a less troubled mind in life, don't worry about the things you can't change. And just focus on the things you can change, and it's going to make your life so much simpler, so much easier to deal with. Like when you're driving in your car, is a modern example of this. If you yell at another driver, he can't hear you. You know, you're not going to change how he drives. The only thing you're doing is you're upsetting yourself, and that's not a stoic way to think. It's like, instead, you're actually causing more stress and undue negativity on your own way of thinking when the person can't even hear you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. This one comedian, I can't think of his name. He's got like orange hair and a beard.
Yeah.
He goes, he's funny. He's got to be one of the funniest dudes on the planet. He goes, well, how is it okay that if I'm inside a 3,000-pound hunk of steel, I could just say whatever I want about you? Like, you're a piece of shit. He goes, you wouldn't just turn to someone on an elevator and look them in the eye and say, you're a piece of shit. But when you're in your car, you just feel free to do this.
Yeah. Right. It's just funny that there's so many things in your life that you worry about and that trouble you that have absolutely no control whatsoever with what you do or what you have control of. I mean, It's something as simple as you getting, like someone stealing something from you even. Property is one of the most popular things. It's like, in Stoicism, it's something that's totally out of your control. But you worry about it. You worry about your stuff being stolen, but it's going to happen. And it's like, what is the point to worry about it? Instead of just accepting the fact that this shit happens and just move on with life. You know? It's such a weird way of philosophy of living, and I just think it would make people a lot calmer if they don't fret about the things they can't change. I mean, you can't change what other people think about you. You know,
if we're animals and in the animal kingdom, like say we didn't have all this technology and all this bullshit, we're back in the caveman days, right?
Right.
And you steal something, like say you would steal like a turkey leg from your neighbor, you know? Well, this is no different than any other animal. A bird will steal food from another bird. A fish will steal food from all animals steal from each other all the time. Like it's total. They're looking over their shoulder 24/7.
Squirrels and with their nuts. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
They got to secretly pretend like they're burying their nut and then bury it somewhere else. They pretend to bury the nut.
Do they? Hyenas.
Yeah.
Hyenas. Check this out. There's a certain type of squid. Hyenas steal meat from lions and whatever. But there's a type of squid. Check about this is the biggest, the best stealer. I think we talked about it.
Well, squid are like intelligent fucking animals. I don't care what people say.
Well, I can't think of the name of the squid, but the male is like way bigger than the female, like 5 times bigger than her. But then there's some males that are little that look like the female.
Yeah.
And while the 2 big males are fighting, this little male that they think's a female sneaks in and bangs her. Now that's the best thief on the planet. He was designed for stealing pussy.
His whole genetic makeup is for stealing pussy.
Yeah, for stealing pussy.
No other purpose on the planet. There's no other purpose for him.
Right. That's crazy. I like watching those ocean shows like these, you know, some educational shit about fish or whatever, but I saw that about a year ago. It is
weird. You don't realize that there's a whole bunch of shit going on under the sea that's just crazy ass, like space age kind of bullshit that you don't even realize is happening all the time. Right? You know, it's like 'cause you're living in your own human world, you know, where you're watching TV and you're playing on your phone, but the entire fucking ocean is full of crazy fucking bullshit going on all the time. It's nuts. 3/4 of the planet is covered with that craziness. And we're worried about space.
Right. We should spend more time figuring out what's here.
There's so much shit here that's scary. You can't even believe it.
Well, we've been down like with these submarines and camera, little, you know, remote control.
Yeah.
Fucking things. So we've seen a lot of crazy shit in the last few years down there since these things were invented.
What I don't get is there's so much pressure down there. There's enough pressure that would crush you into the size of a beer can. But these fish are swimming down there like nothing's going on.
I know, right?
I'm always wondering, what the hell is going on with that? And then what happens when you bring that fish up to the surface and put him in a regular tank? I mean, he's got no pressure on him. It's like, is something freaking him out? He's like, where did that fucking 1 million pounds of pressure go? That was squeezing me down. It was squeezing my nuts down into a small, tiny size of a pea.
Whales could go down there, and it don't kill them.
It shrinks them, though.
I know, but it doesn't kill them. And they're a mammal, so it's not like...
Does it make their balls shrink?
Does their brain shrink? And they start to, like...
It squeezes their balls down to the size of a walnut.
Right? What did the... I could think of a quick joke. I'm trying to think of how to make a whale joke about his dick being small because he's down there.
Right.
It's not only because it's cold.
Yeah.
It's because the pressure. Wait till we surface.
Yeah, I got it. Hey, dude, I'm 10,000 feet down here. Cut me some slag. It's bigger closer to the surface.
Right. You know what the old saying is. It's bigger but closer to the surface. There's a bunch of jokes there. Whale jokes.
Yeah. You should see me when I'm closer to the surface.
Yeah, right.
Oh, shit.
Actually, there's fish that, like, sand is it's fish shit. It just didn't come from nowhere, but there's fish that literally grind up coral and shit out sand, dude. And that's where most of that sand came from over time.
It came from a fish's ass?
I think. I know it did, some of it.
Some of
it ground up itself, but there's a lot of fish shit sand, dude, that more than you think.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of
over billions of years.
All those elephants that used to work at the circus are now like greeters at Walmart. They got shitty jobs now.
Yeah. Yeah, what can they do now? It's like
they're moving logs.
You can't do much with a fucking elephant is the problem. It's like you're fucking gonna do it. It's like,
I mean, pretty much the way we look at it is like the circus, and that's it, pretty much.
You put an ad on like Facebook Marketplace. It's like
elephant for sale.
$5.
Famous Ringling Brothers elephant. That's famous.
$5. You come and get them. You bring the truck.
Right.
We'll deliver.
Daddy, can I have an elephant? Yes, baby.
I got you an elephant for your birthday.
Right.
It's like, the fuck? What could you even do with a pony now? Like, I remember years back, kids were like, I want a pony for my birthday. It's like, what the fuck are you going to do with that?
I met someone that worked for that circus, and they said every single piece of equipment, every costume, everything smelled like elephant shit. Always. That's what they said. All our trailers that we lived in, wherever elephant shit. Because there's loads of it. Think how much elephant shit all them elephants are putting out per show.
Yeah.
It's probably a fucking dump truck full of shit.
You think about how big a pile of elephant shit is. It's like,
and then you got like 20 or 30 of them fuckers and around that whole ring. That's some serious shit right there, dude.
You don't step in that. It's like so big you can't even step in it.
You could smell it when you go to the circus.
Yeah, I could smell it.
They should have little like packages of elephant shit. You can buy it like a novelty.
Yeah.
Ringling Brothers elephant shit. Just crack open the jar and it'll bring you back to your childhood memories of seeing the circus.
Get a little bag of elephant shit.
At elephant shit. Remind me of the circus.
Yeah, that circus thing kind of went out of fashion. It's like, I mean, who goes to the circus? Nobody does.
Like the Roxannes, they're going. All that shit. You're not going to have that shit. When's the last time you seen any of that kind of shit? In Vegas, they probably still have those shows, but there's only about 10 more years worth of people left going to watch that shit.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be a rave.
Yeah.
A DJ.
It's gonna be like
fucking lights, everything. That's what it's gonna be. Everyone's gonna be fucking swinging glow sticks and Molly.
Swinging glow sticks and fucking getting all drugged up. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey's rave.
Dude.
That's legit.
Right.
Turned it into a rave, man, instead of a circus.
Have all the animals in cages. It's like a zoo now.
Yeah.
It's the zoo rave. There's clowns walking around. You're all tripping. Hey!
Clowns with glow sticks. Oh, shit.
A bunch of midgets get out of a fucking little car, like 100 little midget clowns. Everyone's laughing.
Shit.
That might be something big, dude.
Dude, we created
everyone's down on the circus floor instead of the seats.
We call like an EDM, like fucking rave circus.
Dude, we better bleep that out. Someone's gonna do that.
If I ever see that, man, in the future, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, you are. The rave circus, and all the clowns are like them scary clowns.
Yeah.
Mac, and like the haunted rave. Dude, we could come up with a bunch of them. Zombie rave, they probably have that one, right?
Zombie rave, yeah.
The zombie rave. They could play Michael Jackson's "Don't Honk." What's that song? What's that fucking song? Where he just turns into a zombie. I don't think so. I think it was Dawn of the Dead was before that.
It was Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
That was first.
The first zombie movie.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like that could be real then. Now you've seen so many zombies. It's like half our country is zombies. But.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead, it was like, wow. It's like.
Why do you think they're making weed legal?
It was so fresh.
Come up at Generation Z, they're like getting too smart. Like, we better make pot legal, man. People are like, aren't you worried the FBI is going to listen to your phone or whatever? I'm like, no, are you? And what are you doing? Like,
yeah.
What are
you doing?
I turn them off all the time just in case they're listening. Show them my nuts on the camera in case they're watching.
Yeah.
What are you doing that you're worried about there, Chester?
That's the truth right there.
Yeah. Motherfuckers. You're like, you worried about the government listening on your phone? Oh, let's see. Are they listening? Hey, Donnie boy. Hey, Donnie, I got a couple things wanted to tell you in case you're listening. Thought I'd chime in.
Oh.
Who the fuck is... There's some real paranoid motherfuckers out there.
Well, yeah, like I'm afraid to do that 23andMe, you know, where you give your DNA to them.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I don't care. I don't want to know I'm a Polak.
Well, I don't want my DNA like becoming public fucking part of the world, you know. It's like I keep my DNA to myself.
They make felons give their DNA now.
Yeah.
It's like you're submitting to what a felon does.
Yeah, it's like you're voluntarily giving up your private information. What's if in the future? Like, what's if in 10 years from now?
Do anything wrong, blah, 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 whatever, this, that, and the other. It's like, no. They have an agenda. Everyone forgets about the agenda.
They might be using that to hire people in the future. Like 10 years from now, they might be like, look at your DNA before they hire you.
They told me, they said, we want permission to fingerprint your kids in case they're missing. And I said, no. I'm like, first of all, if my kid's missing and you can't find them, how are you going to find their fingerprint? They're like a whole mass that you can see here in the room. Now you're just going to start fingerprinting everything from here to Kalamazoo and hope it's print somewhere?
Yeah.
Fuck that. You guys, I said, no. It was the cops, too, that do it. They wanted a database. I was like, no.
Yeah. Throw them in the database.
Let my son Trust me, I don't want my son when he's 18 to go, why the fuck did you let them fingerprint me?
Yeah.
Because who cares? I mean, I think that's too much information.
Yeah.
Now, I've already been fingerprinted. I'm not proud of it. And a couple fine establishments have done the fancy work. I've done it a couple times. I don't even need their help. I could just